Hello, everyone. This is Daniel, and I'm going to be telling you that heaven is not what you think it is. So, in that regard, heaven is not what you think it is, and I'm going to be telling you a bit about heaven, what I saw in visions, and all that. So, okay, first part. Imagine it's rainforest, but instead of actually a water park, it's actually raining, like it's water park, and there are these pools of water on this rock, and there's rock everywhere. No real drainage, but like just it's just beyond water park. It's the whole thing is like hundreds of miles of water park, rainforest, whatever you call it, but it's not water park. I'm just getting that to you clear right now. It's actually a rainforest, and you're just getting constantly wet. But you can control where the rain goes in your spot. As you can see, that cool water in a beautiful temperature settings place and very humid as well. With all this water, it's called the place of thriving life in water, and it has like real lilies everywhere. Everything has lilies. And then God's throne is basically the lily. But not really a lily. It's just shape of an oval. But really, the whole thing is just very beautiful. Like the whole step of the rainforest is like flowers everywhere, no leaves on the ground, grass everywhere, and leaves are basically if there are any leaves on the ground, it's basically from the actual flowers and plants and all that on the ground. There's no real leaves on the ground that's red. And if you really want fall leaves, you just have to go to a place that has fall red and has red grass, that good stuff. And I guess. But there's also other places that's the usual heaven. And that's just the city of heaven, this real cities, and the high towers, which is basically like beautiful patios and white pearl patios and like really luxurious marble and beyond that and all diamonds and all that stuff. I mean, it's hard to grasp what you're thinking, what I'm thinking in the head, but really, it's just pure beauty and all this perfect set of rock and it's also comfortable areas, but really, it's like places you cannot even imagine. And then there's places of wind, which is all these trees and grass. And there's also the river of life, which is filled with water, filled to the brim with water. I mean, in that sense, in heaven, you will never find a place where you're never bored. It's always that beautiful and shockingly beautiful. I mean, imagine going to a small water park or maybe having water everywhere and you're not getting bored there. And imagine if you're a kid at this water park. I don't think you'll ever get bored there, right? But in heaven, it's infinitely times as less boring as water park. Infinitely. But it's not a water park. It's actually natural rain. A natural set of fountains and also waterfalls. And plant life is thriving there. It's really thriving. Even if it's grass, it's really thriving there. And flower life and much beautiful stuff. And at this high mountain, there's these, basically when on top of God, there's really, you're basically staring at rainbows, storms, and stars. And colors of light. Because in heaven, there's much color, like rainbows of color. And the rainbows of color is based on the city itself. And also, the cool thing is the floor is made out of pure glass and diamond glass, whatever you call it. And there's also pillars to support like a dome-like structure, and it's really, really beautiful. And on top of it, it's like glass, and into the sky, you can actually see like an opal space effect. But really, it's not an effect; it's actually an opal space. And really, you're seeing all this opal. Am I too bright here? Yeah. It basically, instead, you're seeing all this opal, and you can even go into these caves, which it's all opal. And it's the cool of the cave, and not that cool, but it's obviously comfortable for those who just want to be in a cool area. It's really beautiful, these opal caves. And instead of really being a cave, it's really purely opal, because there's no real darkness in heaven. There's no darkness at all. Instead, it's all light. A cave has its own beauty, but opal caves has its greater beauty. What else? So in that regard, if you're thinking, well, heaven is like sandals. Heaven is like another beach resort. It's like Atlantis. No, it's not. It is not like sandals. It's not like Atlantis. It's actually not like that. Oh, it's like a Paradise Island. No, it's not like that. It's much greater than that. It's these structures of beauty, pure beauty. Like, you will never get bored in this one area. You'll be stuck in this whole area for at least a couple of years, or 8 years maybe even. And then you can move on to another area, and you'll still be stuck there for more than 10 years, and maybe even 7 years. And then you move on to another area. It's like you're there for a whole long time, because you're just basically in awe of that beautiful place, and you want more and more, and you're getting more. And your flesh wants more and more, but in heaven, there's more than more. It's just brilliant. Because you're getting more, and it's just everything you have, it's just more. Because let me compare this value of earth compared to heaven. Now, I'm not being a rich person. I'm not being a what do you call these people? Prosperity preachers. I'm just saying, if you want to believe in money, because money on earth will rot away. It will literally rot and fall apart and die, and all that money will, go to waste. But in heaven, it doesn't. Because on earth, it's just, you have a Rolls Royce. Okay, so it's going to break down one day, and it's not going to be usable anymore. So it's going to have a value. If it doesn't break down, it's going to have a very high value, but still, it's going to break down or crash, whatever it is. That's your money. Also, if you, let's say, live on Earth, and if you have like $1 trillion, God has more value than that. He has priceless value. $1 trillion is just like a speck of dirt compared to what he has in heaven. Because I'm aiming for heaven. I'm aiming for Jesus, because he has that great of a value. Jesus has such a great value compared to us on earth, because his value is infinite. $1 trillion is just a speck of dirt. It's just a speck of dirt. That's all. Matter of fact, it's just like this. If you can see it. I don't know if I have it well. See this? That spot is actual dirt. That's what $1 trillion is. A speck of dirt compared to him. And he will not mess around with preachers that are preaching for less. I'm not saying we want more on earth. We want to heaven. That's all. That's all we need. Because our flesh wants more and more and more and more, and does not get satisfied. But in heaven, is purely satisfied as a spirit. It's that beautiful and shockingly awesome. There's much value in heaven. It's that great. Because if you're wondering what heaven is like, it's valueless. It's a huge 200-foot gate made out of a single pearl. It's streets made out of gold. It's a huge towering building made out of a complete diamond. If you're wondering what heaven is like, that's what it is. Because a diamond on earth, you can only get for this big. That's like millions of dollars. But heaven is priceless. So imagine that. It's really it's really unthinkable. And what you get an opal rock for this big, that's like thousands of dollars. Building or a cave like that, priceless. White building made out of a rock that is priceless on Earth, that is so small that is like dust. That's priceless in heaven. It's huge. So don't go to the earthly values that will rot away. Go to the heavenly values that will not perish and that will just be priceless and purely amazingly beautiful. All right, I'll be done now, okay? Bye.